Back with another video. In this video I'll be doing my commentary for Cosmic Trial for Scarlet Witch. Then shortly after this it will be my build guide for Scarlet Witch without using infinity points. So let's get right into it. So when it comes to the first enemies right here, all you want to do is activate my A power and then do my main spender. You can even do S power. The good thing about S power, you can have two of them at the same time, simultaneously activated, and it does pretty good amount of damage. It's not the best, but it's a good way to clear out these easy enemies. And then from there, with these, obviously you want to use signature. I would highly recommend activating your signature when they're all center like it is right now. That way you can do quite a bit of damage and kill them very easily. And then you just keep doing this. Okay, perfect. So the way my rotation works is really simple. When there's a lot of enemies, use A, S, obviously place them, because as I mentioned, with your S power you can place them and it does have it over time. So what you do is place them. For instance, in this case I will put one here, put one here, and then do my A power, and then my other powers is D, F, and then G. The good thing about G is that you have 3 charges, and this causes vulnerability, which it increases the damage by 25% whenever I use a chaos power, so that's really good. Sorry, I'm just trying to do my rotation. So it's really simple. When they let enemies, use A, S, place them wherever you have to, and then just use your other powers. It's quite simple. Now do keep in mind I am using I think it's a legendary 80. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that just yet. I'll show you when it comes to the build guide. I'll show you what exactly items I use. I think it is, but I could be wrong. So it's really simple. Once your enemies are close here, use A, place your S power. You have 2 of them. I believe it's 2. It's 2. Then after that, just activate your powers. And that's really it. And just keep using a main spender. The good thing about main spender and the talent I chose is that it activates other powers. So that's always a good thing. Here. So very easy peasy. And then what we do is get over here. That way your team up can. Where's my mouse? There we go. That way you can team up can follow you. And kill this in. So look at that, easy peasy. And she is about to die. So it's easy peasy. So it's not too bad. I will be doing a Q&A number 4 now, shortly, as well as my new Warframe video. I think it's another great game. So if you want to take a break from Marvel Heroes, definitely recommend Warframe. I made a kind of like an intro guide on what to do, what things are. I say that because that game is very confusing when you first start playing with it, but after some time you get used to it and it's pretty fun. And the good thing, it's free to play too. So another game something similar to Marvel Heroes. This is useful. Just like so. Items, even though we don't need them, but these enemies very similar as the first one. A, place your S power wherever you want. You can do damage and just do your main spender if you want, or you can use other powers. In this case, I'm gonna just kill it easily. S. So just keep attacking them. Perfect. I'm gonna get closer to them. My G power has 3 charges, and it gives you a little buff when you use the chaos power. Easy. So same thing, A power, S power, place them. Maybe do D if you want to get rid of them easily. I'll just use all my powers. That way I can just not do much later. Okay, signature. Do that. Easy. 1, 2. kill, please. The good thing about the deep power, it brings up your enemies closer, so wherever you place them, that's always a good thing. So that's cool. That's it, and I always say in every video, when it comes to Red Skull, don't do damage to him until you kill these. So once you hit the 3-minute mark, then start killing. What's his name? Red Skull, but until then, keep attacking these. These are annoying. Well, they are annoying to me. So, yeah, look at that 3-minute mark exactly. So this is going to be very, very simple. Now, I would say for the items, I would maybe choose an items that increase the duration for her power, especially for her ultimate and signature. So the item I use, one of the downs, it increases the duration. So I would say my suggestion would be maybe use items that increase the duration. That way your signature and ultimate and other powers last longer and you can do more damage. So it's just my little thing. It's really up to you. Another question, I guess it can be my Q&A here, but some people have been asking me regarding Marvel Heroes Omega for the console. And honestly, I won't be able to play the console because I don't have a console, and so I can't really enjoy that game and give you guys my some build guides or ideas with that game because I don't have a console. So, it looks cool though. I mean, it looks. There are some differences in terms of visuals. The UI is different, but other than that, it's essentially what it is, the same game. So. Easy A, damage, S you can do twice, D, bring him in, F, and then G. Look at that.
You have no hope. This world belongs to doom.
Just like that. Just like that. Here we go. I'll show you guys my build. So I have here, legendary 80, like I said. So I'll show you guys what no infinity points were used. That way you don't think I'm lying to you guys. And yeah, that's it. And on to the build guide. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the build guide.
Gather around.
Alright, now onto the build guide. So let's just get right into it. First thing we're going to look at are the artifacts. So the first artifact is Cyclops Was Right t-shirt. I'm using this for the recovery of chaos energy, which is her spirit when you hit, which is 4 of them, which is good. Base damage increase, +3 intelligence, 552 damage rating to area powers, and +3 energy. Overall, really good artifact because obviously one for the stats for the damage to bosses, damage rating increase to area powers, as well as the recovery of chaos, but also 2 for the +3 energy and intelligence. And her main attributes are energy and intelligence, so this is a really good artifact for Scarlet Witch. Next is Mental Focus Headband. I'm using this for the +4 intelligence, 1.3 chaos energy recovery per second, power radius, and damage rating. Overall, another good artifact for her, especially for the power radius, the damage rating, and +4 intelligence. So this is really, really good. Next, for the medallion, as mentioned, the Cosmic Trial, Dr. Doom. I'm using this for the power duration increase, damage rating increase, health increase, and chaos energy increase. That power duration, I mean, it doesn't sound a lot, but I mean, any duration increase will benefit because, as I mentioned, with the ultimate power, if you have items that increase your duration, when you activate ultimate power, you're going to do a lot of damage. So yeah. Next is Arnim Zola's ESP box. I'm using this for the critical hit rating increase, gain 3.5 chaos energy when you hit with a damage over time power, +3 intelligence, and damage rating to mental powers. This is a pretty decent artifact. It's pretty common it was pretty common to get, so it's up to you if you want to use this or not. And last but not least is Essence of Dread. I'm using this for the critical hit rating, +3 intelligence, health increase, and mental damage rating. Overall, very solid artifact for Scarlet Witch. For the Forge, I have Blessing of River of the Soul, and 800 defense. So this increases my power duration again, chaos energy, chaos cost, and recover 6 chaos when you hit. And then for legendary, I am using an item grade 80 legendary, and it's a Warlock's Eye. I'm using this for the mental damage rating increase, plus 100 chaos energy, 1000 critical hit rating to mental attacks, and 5% chance when you hit to psychology, can't even pronounce it, but it does mental damage. So yeah, I don't want to read it and confuse myself. Ring, I'm using Industrial Sitting Ring. I'm using this for the critical damage rating, attack speed to mental powers, critical hit rating to mental attacks. When you hit with the mental power, gain 121 damage rating for 10 seconds and health increase. Overall, another good ring for her. And then for slots 1 through 5, for slots 1 and 4, I use her uniques. And for slots 2, 3, and 5, I use her cosmic items. You can use all her uniques. They're really good as is. So, but for this cosmic trial video and this build guide, I use 3 cosmic and 2 uniques. For the costume, I'm using Scarlet Witch House of M costume. Catalyst, I have it to where I increase my chaos energy, gain 418 health when you hit an enemy, regenerate 25% of your health, and 100 chaos when you use a medkit, which is pretty good because she can be weak, so having that health regeneration is really good. And plus 3 intelligence. Also, the cosmic increases my damage rating for 4 seconds when you use a signature power, which is good. Crafted affixes, critical damage rating, mystic bonus, 10% chance of when you are hit to regenerate 500 health, and visual ground is Captain America's shield spotlight. And for insignia, I'm using insignia of Scarlet Witch. When you critically hit with a mental power, you and your allies gain mental damage rating increase, brutal strike rating, and with mental powers, and 431 brutal damage rating for 8 seconds, which is decent. But also this grants me brutal strike rating and brutal damage rating. For this visual spray, I'm using Scarlet Witch. I'll activate it right now, that way you guys can see it. There you go. And for the pet, I have it to where I increase my dodge rating multiplier by 5%, 50 chaos energy increase, 2% base damage to area powers increase. When you dodge an attack, gain 4% basic damage rating plus 4% brutal damage rating for 12 seconds, and that's it. And for team up, I use Dr. Doom. Now for the powers, I use top to bottom, left to right. Chaos Rift, Chaos Shift, Reality Implosion, Beast from Beyond, Chaos Blast, Unmake Reality, Dark Hex, and that's it. Infinity points, none were used. I'm showing you guys one more time. Here are synergies. Cable for the critical hit rate multiplier increase, Dr. Doom for the signature power damage increase, Doctor Strange for the mental damage increased, Ghost Rider for the critical hit rating multiplier to mental powers, Hawkeye for the move speed and critical damage rating increase. Okay. Rogue for the health on hit, 1 chaos energy on hit, Scarlet Witch for the damage over time increase, War Machine for the chaos energy and plus 1 fighting, and then Wolverine for the brutal strike and brutal damage. I probably would not use War Machine. I would use something else, probably like Squirrel Girl for the damage rating to bosses, which she is right here, which is a good one. So I would definitely not use War Machine, but I use War Machine for this cosmic trial build guide. So for you guys who are watching this, or girls, I would recommend not using War Machine, but it is what it is. Now for the talents and traits, first row, Reality Shred. Well, I'm using this because of the Chaos Rift has 5% chance to instantly defeat enemies, which is this power right here, which is the one I mentioned, which that right there. And then Chaos Rift max areas plus 1. Beast from Beyond hits an additional target whenever it deals damage, and Beast from Beyond vulnerability plus 5%. So with this talent, as mentioned, Chaos Rift has a 5% chance to instantly defeat enemies and increases the max area. So when I activate this power, and as I mentioned in the Cosmic Trial video, or section, excuse me, you can activate it, from my understanding, it's twice. So with this talent, you have this 5% chance you can instantly defeat enemies, which is good. It's a low percentage, but it's always a good thing to have that. Defeating an enemy instantly is always a good thing. And also too, this grants me an additional target will hit an additional target when I activate Beast from Beyond. So whenever I activate my F power, which is Beast from Beyond, it hits an additional target and it gains a plus 5% vulnerability. That. Alright, second row is Total Chaos. Chaos Blast, which is my main spender, now deals chaos damage and can now trigger Chaos Rift and Beast from Beyond. So in short, with this talent, whenever I activate Chaos Blast, with this talent here, not only does it convert Chaos Blast to Chaos power, but it also has a 100% chance to activate or trigger a Dark Hex, Iron Maiden, Reality Implosion, Chaos Rift, or Beast from Beyond. So whenever I use this power, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I'm gonna activate it on this enemy, and there you go. See that, and it's just activating it by itself, which is a really good thing. But the cool thing about this power too, Chaos Blast, is that it increases your damage by 10% for each different disruption power used within the last 10 seconds. So what this means is that whenever I activate a power that's disruption, the power is increased by 10% for Chaos Blast. So I have here, I believe, 2. Yeah, Dark Hex is disruption, and Reality Implosion is another disruption, and that's it. Yeah, so meaning when I activate Dark Hex and Reality Implosion, all I do is activate Chaos Blast, and the damage to this main spender is increased by 20%, and it stacks up to 4 times. So that's what that does. Third row talent is Command Chaos. When you deal chaos damage, the cooldown on Hex Sphere is reduced by 1 second, which is irrelevant because I'm not really using that this talent for that particular reason, but I'm using this talent because of the chaos damage by 10%. So what this talent does is it increases my chaos, increases the damage by 10% to my chaos powers. So for instance, I'm trying to figure out, see what here. Chaos Blast. So right now it's 25,580. If I remove this, now it's at 23,255. So with this talent here, it increases my damage to my chaos powers by 10%. That's essentially what I'm using it for. Fourth row is Power Overwhelming. Unmake Reality, which is this signature right here, which is her signature, excuse me, grants an additional 500 max chaos energy for 10 seconds. So with this talent, what that means is when I activate a signature power, it increases the total chaos energy. So for instance, right now it's at 1290, now it's at 1790. And then for the fifth row is Chaos Magic Withering Agony. 10% chance on hit to deal 2097 mental damage twice per second for 5 seconds. Damage over time, plus 10% damage. So what that does is there's a small chance to deal an extra mental damage twice. There's a 10% chance to deal an extra mental damage for 5 seconds. So that's a pretty decent talent. And yeah, so I'll go over the rotation. It's not really that complicating. My main spenders, Chaos Blast. As I mentioned, the first thing you want to activate is Dark Hex. Usually you want to activate it when there's a lot of enemies around you. So that's that. And then the second thing, Chaos Rift, you can activate 2 at the same time, but make sure you place them somewhere. So if you have, let's show you guys over here. So if you have enemies, perfect. If you have enemies like this, you can do is with Chaos Rift, you can activate 2 of them. So you can put one over here, put one over here, and there you go. And then Reality Implosion does quite a bit of damage. It also causes Weaken, which enemies deal 10% less for 8 seconds, but also 25% chance for an enemy to explode after a short duration. So I'll show you what that looks like. And the good thing is it pulls enemies towards that particular area where I activate Reality Implosion. And then Beast from Beyond, activate it whenever. So for these powers, the way the rotation goes is usually you want to activate either Dark Hex first or Reality Rift. But with Reality Rift, make sure you use 2 of them and place them where you have to. And then after that, just activate the other powers, which is Reality Implosion, Beast from Beyond, and Hex Sphere. The good thing about Hex Sphere, it does quite a bit of damage and it causes stun duration for 2 seconds, which is not too bad. And then, no, so I'm just short what I'll show you how it looks like. So these are the enemies here in Cosmic Trial. Really simple. And then just start doing your powers.
I can't
and then your main spender, and then just pick an enemy and just use your main spender, and then just activate combat powers, just like so, and just keep doing like that. And that's really it. This concludes my build guide for Scarlet Witch. Very simple. She's really good. She's really strong. I highly recommend her. I enjoy playing with her. As a matter of fact, hence the legendary 80. Legendary. I don't get 80 legendary. But yeah, this concludes my build guide for Scarlet Witch. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Any requests for certain characters, leave it in the comment section below. If you want to keep up to date with my videos and you want to support the channel, please do subscribe to my channel, because not only does it help the channel grow, but also means a lot to me as well. And yeah, that concludes my build guide for Scarlet Witch and Cosmic Trial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and on to the next one. Bye bye.